Today we're gonna talk all about protein, brah.
I don't know what you've been told. This here is not your home. You want some trouble.
Protein is one of those things that has been overused and underused by many. The bodybuilding world seems to abuse it in some way, but then a lot of people just don't eat enough of it. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about both. So first off, amino acids, basic stuff first. The amino acids are the building blocks of protein. So it helps with building muscle, but also in combination of carbs, it actually is more anabolic. So you definitely wanna have the combination of carbs and protein to make it more anabolic, anabolic. And I'll actually talk about carbs here in another video, but first today is just all about protein. So it does help create more satiety as well. If you structure your meals well enough, you can eliminate hunger as you go throughout the day. If you don't have much protein in your day, and you're loaded with mostly carbs, then your hunger is going to be much higher. And if you actually space your meals out accordingly, and you have enough time between meals and have protein in each meal, you would be surprised how much your hunger can go down and just by doing that. So here's what the bodybuilding industry really kind of coined protein to be: this obscene amount of protein. You got to have like 2 grams per pound.
Fucking protein! Where's the goddamn protein, Mom?
And that's not necessarily true. You don't have to have 400 or 800 or 600 grams of protein every time or every day in order for you to build muscle and to even lose body fat. So here's what some research has shown. A lot of people will just kind of throw these magic formulas out, and I'm actually gonna give you some general guidelines, but I'm gonna show you guys something here at the end of the video that actually can be tailored to you specifically. So stick around for the video, it's gonna be pretty cool. So one rule of thumb is you can have protein about 0.8 grams per pound for optimal protein to retain muscle, okay? And also for you to lose body fat. Now, I'll talk a little bit later about how much protein is for you, but if you're 200 pounds, 160 grams of protein would be a good amount to start with. Okay, that just to retain your muscle or even build muscle. If you're new to training, you can build some muscle just from that amount of protein. You don't have to have tons of it to build muscle and also retain your muscle. But 0.8 grams per pound is a good rule of thumb to help retain your muscle while dieting or while in a deficit. So there is some research out there that the leaner you are and the harder you train, the more protein you should have in order for you to retain muscle. You need more of it in terms of to retain muscle. So some good rules of thumb are the basic RDA. What they recommend is 0.8 to 1.2 grams per kilogram. So that is not a whole lot in general. However, if you're new to dieting for the first time and you're not used to getting protein up, that's a good range to start with. So again, 0.8 grams to 1.2 grams of per kilogram per day. Okay, so that's for protein needs. Now that could be, actually I'll convert it to pounds, and it's 0.36 to 0.54 grams per pound. That's just for the RDA, what they recommend, the minimal amount, what you should get. And there's a lot of things that are made up of protein, like your nails, your hair, your skin, and everything that seems so unnecessary that we don't really think about, but it's actually very necessary for you to have protein. So don't lack protein, but also protein is not damaging to your kidneys either if you have the normal amount. If you have tons of it, it can be damaging to an extent, but you have to do it over the course of a period of time to make it more chronic. You have to have a chronic amount in order for it to be damaging, but having a shake a day or a shake or two shakes a day is not going to be damaging at all, so don't worry about that. To also get your protein needs, to build muscle, and to make it even more optimal to retain, those high level athletes, or even just those who want to put on muscle or even retain and build muscle while being in a deficit. Those who are more athletic and those who work out a lot and vigorously, and even who are leaner and work out really hard and they train hard, your protein can be up a little bit. And so a good rule of thumb for that is 1.6 to 2.7 grams per kilogram for protein. So 1.6 to 2.7 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Okay, so in terms of pounds, you can convert that to 0.72 grams to 1.22 grams per pound of body weight. So 0.75 to 1.25 is a good number to go off of per pound of body weight. So a good rule of thumb to make it easy, you can make it a pound per, or a 1 gram of protein per pound. That's a basic rule that you can go by if you're just starting out, or if you're wanting to really capitalize your physique or making some changes. That's going to help tremendously. Those who have never really counted and tracked before, you never really worked out, you're all new to this, it's the first time doing this, what I recommend is that to make this tailored to you, go start tracking how much food you're eating currently right now. Okay, track how much protein, carbs, and fats you're eating. Go download an app. There's MyFitnessPal, there's MyMacros Plus, there's tons of apps out there. Download an app, start tracking everything you eat throughout the day. I would track for a good 3 to 5 days. Get a good idea of how much you're truly tracking. This is every handful of food that you eat. This is every meal that you have. This is every little bite that you eat. It does not matter. Track it, because you would be floored how much protein and food that you are eating too much of in terms of food, but also how little protein you're probably eating. A lot of people don't eat very much protein. They have to be a little more consciously aware. Sometimes even people think that they're eating a lot of protein, aren't eating that much protein. So make sure you're getting your protein up, and that can actually help keep your blood sugars more stable by having more protein, or enough protein for your body and your body type. That can make a huge difference. Keep your blood sugars more stable, you lose more weight, creates less hunger, and voila, you get results. Okay, give that a shot, and then after that, find out how much protein you're at, and then maybe bump it up if you're really low. So find out where you're at per pound, and then bump it up to the range that I just gave you, from 0.7, maybe start at the lower range, like 0.75 grams per pound, and then maybe work up to 1 gram per pound of body weight. And so that way you can gradually make an increase, because if you go from, if you're eating 80 grams of protein normally, or maybe even less than that, and you jump up to 200 grams because you're 200 pounds, then you're gonna be stuffed as hell. You're not gonna feel very good. You're gonna feel terrible. So don't make that huge jump up in protein. Plus, people around you, like your wife, husband, loved ones, friends, they're gonna hate you because you're gonna have the freaking farts, okay? So don't even go there, don't even do that. Just gradually make some increases, maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 grams a week if you're hitting your numbers pretty well. Go from there, give that a shot. I wanna be able to invite you guys to the next video. We're gonna talk about carbs. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. So I want you guys to stick around, because we're gonna get into carbs, protein, fats, and then we're gonna come up with your macronutrients, how to come up with them for you. So here we go. Love to see you guys. If you don't mind, subscribe, and I would love for you guys to give a like if you guys like it, or comment below if you guys can give any feedback. I would love it. And if you guys want to see anything else, I would appreciate it. So I will talk to you guys later.
Run deep, it runs deep.